devolution was adopted in the 2013 constitution in order to give power to local governance so that those there would make their own decisions, but within the context of the overall government policy. Hello and welcome to Economic Forum. My name is John Masugu. This program discusses various issues affecting our economy in Zimbabwe. These can be issues to do with mining, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, and other aspects of life. We bring them here in order to see how they impact on our economy. And today we're going to be looking at provincial economies. And we're lucky to have the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in Matabeleland South, and that's Honorable Evelyn. Welcome to Economic Forum.
Thank you very much.
Well, your province has been known for many economic activities. Let's look at what can be found in your province and the contribution that is given to the GDP.
Matabeleland South Province is a rich province in terms of mineral base. We also have good rich soils for agriculture. We have boulders, huge granite boulders throughout the province that provide us with opportunities for tourism. We also have good education. Education assists us to develop human capital, which is necessary for us to use the natural resources that are provided for us by God.
Any idea, as to what is the contribution to the GDP?
It's unfortunate that we delayed in terms of development, because the devolution agenda came with the Second Republic, and there was slow growth in the early days of independence in Matabeleland South. But with the introduction of devolution, we've seen our GDP go up to 5.9%. I think we're the lowest in terms of GDP, but we are aggressive in terms of marketing the province.
Matabeleland South was also previously known for ranching and amacimbi. Is that insignificant that you could not mention them?
Matabeleland South is known for this high protein product, which is amacimbi. High protein amacimbi can be used by human beings, can be used for stock feed.
And ranching?
We have large tracts of farms, commercial farms, where we are keeping our cattle. And we are lucky that within those ranges, we have sweetgrass, which is unique to Matabeleland South. And this sweetgrass makes the meat tender and sweet. It's different. If you get meat from Matabeleland South and meat from any other province, it's quite different. And we still maintain large tracts of land where we have communal feeding, because we introduced at independence a 3-tier system of agriculture where we give the settlers a village, a homestead area, then we give them a field, and then there's communal feeding area for their livestock. Yeah. So that's why we still maintain a high level of livestock in our province. One of these smaller livestock, other than cattle, we keep lots of goats. And we are working seriously to try and link with the Middle East, so that we can market our goats to that part of the world.
Honorable Ndlovu, with regards to agriculture, you also have some projects that you're undertaking with ADA, and also the academic institutions are also doing well in that area. If you could tell us what's happening in Matabeleland South with that regard in terms of our economic development.
Well, as Matabeleland South Province, we were blessed by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. When he was the Vice President, he revived 2 big irrigation schemes which were run by ADA. by looking for investors for a joint venture of those two investment centers, the Ngwizi irrigation scheme and the Antelope irrigation scheme. Those two irrigation schemes are actually producing the bulk of the wheat. This year we are saying that we've invested 4,500 hectares of wheat. We are talking about those two irrigation schemes. We then encouraged our university, Gwanda State University, to invest in agriculture. And we are lucky that Mr. Masuka gave us at least 100 hectares of land. This is an income generating project that will facilitate the university to also assist the students, those that are struggling, and also for the university to be self-sufficient. Apart from wheat and maize, they are also doing chickens, eggs. Their table eggs are coming from their farm. Their chicken for their meals is coming from their farm. Their meat, beef, is coming from their farm. So we want to grow that production base within the university so that a student who comes out of that university is a graduate of agriculture, really agriculture, with practical experience.
Are the people of Matabele South actually involved in these economic projects, or they are being utilized by people coming from other parts of the country?
No. It is Matabele South population. Of course, remember we are a rainbow province. We call ourselves a rainbow province because we are adjacent to Midlands. We are not far from Masvingo, not far from, if you go eastward, not far from the Shangani people, from Manicaland. And then we have the people from the Sutu, from Gwanda, and then of course from Bedbridge.
And that society actually
that
benefits.
society works together as one. We are one Zimbabwe in Matabele South Province.
That's Honorable Evelyn Ndlovu, who is the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in Matabele South. We are discussing Matabele South's economy within the context of devolution. So join us in the second segment of Economic Forum. We are now in the second segment of Economic Forum, where today we are discussing the economy of Matabele South Province, and we are honored to have the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in that province. That's Honorable Evelyn Ndlovu, who has been telling us that hers is the rainbow province. Over and above that, I'm sure you also benefit a lot from the diaspora, those who are now putting up huge infrastructures in the villages. Tell us about infrastructure development in your area.
We've got quite a number of our people working outside the country, especially our neighboring country, South Africa, the UK, Botswana. We have quite a big number of our population outside, and we work closely with them to develop infrastructure in our province. They contribute immensely in terms of putting up the core structure. Our devolution funds then come in large numbers to roof all the infrastructure that we develop, especially for schools, laboratories in our schools, laboratories for higher education. We have done extremely well in terms of putting up clinics. We have also putting up new schools. The new schools are meant to reduce the traveling period. We don't want children to walk more than 5 kilometers to a primary school. Neither do we want children to walk more than 10 kilometers to our secondary schools. So we have done extremely well in putting up schools throughout the province. If you go to Gwanda, we can give you quite a number of schools that were put up. Although Gwanda has got an upper hand because we have a community trust, which also brings in value into the construction industry or rural setup. Our people have put up clinics in Gwanda, in Bedbridge, rural, in Muzingwane, rural, Mangwe and Bulilima. That's where we've got massive infrastructure that we've put up for our clinics to make sure that we reduce the distance for the mothers.
While you are there, Honorable Ndlovu, you talked about the schools and the clinics. How about infrastructure to actually improve manufacturing? Since you have all these things, we know a long time ago your province was well known for canning the beef that you got from the ranches and so forth. Is this something that you're working on?
It's something that we are considering, because when we are marketing Matabele South, we always talk of beef. And we think probably one of the investors might come up with a factory for us to value add our beef. We have a factory in Bedbridge, which was commissioned by Honorable Nyoni under the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises, where we process our amacimbi. We have another hall which was put up in Matlamputsi, where again that hall was put up specifically for amacimbi to be processed there. So people come and converge and sell amacimbi, and then the merchants come to buy from that particular center. So it's some of the issues that we want to deal with as a province. Gwanda has got a lot of amacimbi and matopo. We have not yet put up facilities, but we are working on that. Local authorities have got plans for that to make sure that we value add our products. We are the biggest producers of citrus in this country.
You beat Mazoe?
Yeah, we are big.
What do you produce?
We are looking at 5,000 hectares of land where we want to put up citrus fruits. Already we've got about 3 farmers who are doing Nottingham Forest. They are doing very well in terms of the citrus. We have Mr. Marema. He has put up a citrus plantation which you cannot walk through, you drive through. If you remember Mazoe that time, that's what we have in Bedbridge West. We are doing extremely well there in terms of value addition. We are juicing, we've got the biggest juicing plant there in Bedbridge. So I think we are going the right direction in terms of value addition. We still look forward to more investors along the Shove Dam. That 5,000 hectares I'm talking about is along the Shove Dam. So once we get investors to come and put those plantations, I'm sure we'll increase the capacity utilization of the juicing plant. After juicing, of course, the concentrate is taken to various factories in Bulawayo, here in Harare, to add value further. But we produce the core concentrate, which we also export to South Africa.
That's Honorable Evelyn Ndlovu, who is the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in Matabele South Province. We are discussing the province, what the economy is like within the context of devolution, and how the people of Matabele South are actually participating and benefiting from the natural resources that are found in their province. So join us in the third and final segment of Economic Forum. We are now in the third and final segment of the Economic Forum, where today we are discussing the economy of Matabele South Province with the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Evelyn. One of the things that you've done is to stop side marketing by coming up with innovative ways of ensuring that farmers actually benefit from their livestock. What is it that you've been doing?
Oh, yeah, talking about the Garanyemba facility. The Garanyemba facility in Gwanda district. We came up with a project together with the Ministry of Agriculture, where we decided to put up boreholes, drill boreholes, and put up tanks for water for the villagers and for our livestock. We then put up troughs, drinking troughs and feeding troughs within that facility. It's a wonderful facility which once a month hosts cattle auctioning to stop side marketing and low prices. Our cattle were fetching as low as $80 as individual farmers were selling to the individual buyers. But we saw on that day when we demonstrated the value of that center, we saw cattle fetching as much as between 400 to 600 US dollars, which is really good money for our livestock. We also have got a Makorokoro vegetable garden, which was launched by His Excellency the President. The result of that launch has generated new business people. New young people from South Africa who are agronomists have come back home in Mangwe to put up huge facilities. They are now selling vegetables to Plumtree, to Gwanda, to Mapisa, to Bulawayo. We are organizing a training session for our villagers to make sure that we train all those villagers on how to have a coordinated marketing system.
Let's look at mining. You were well known for big mines like Pangani, Vumbachikwe, and so forth. How are you doing? And also, if you could just mention the contribution of artisanal miners.
The mining sector is the biggest contributor to our GDP. Remember, we've got the Blanket Mine. It's the biggest producer in this country. In this country, Blanket Mine is listed on the stock exchange. We have How Mine, which is again one of the big mines in Matabele South. All these two mines produce gold. We are now crying for new investment in the processing plants because we've got a lot of small-scale gold miners. And these can only be formalized if we put up processing plants so that they dig their own gold, carry it to the processing center, and we formalize that gold because it's processed in one center. In Beitbridge, we've got a Beitbridge special economic zone. In that special economic zone, we are also processing our minerals there. It's a new plant which we're putting up. We are not yet talking too much about it, but very soon we'll see the official opening of that plant.
And as we talk about these things, Honorable Ndlovu, how about the empowerment of the youth and women who were otherwise marginalized in the past? Are we seeing their active participation?
The majority of the small-scale miners are young people.
From
very
the
young
province?
people. Yeah, the whole province. And we want to formalize them. The empowerment can only come if we formalize them.
Honorable Ndlovu, what is also important is for you to outline the provincial development plan, because it will then assist investors in seeing where they can invest their funds. What is the plan?
Our plan is multi-pronged. We have a plan for us to invest, to attract investors in housing, accommodation for staff.
That's for government or universities?
Both universities and government. We also have a housing demand for students. So flatlets, I think our flats in Bulawayo under NAST have demonstrated that there is need for us to put similar facilities in Gwanda. We are continuously marketing a hotel and conference center for Gwanda town because it's the capital of Matabele South Province. We have the agricultural show society. It is also brought its requirement to us so that we put in our plan to market our agricultural showgrounds as an area of investment because we want to be similar to the agricultural showgrounds in Harare. Then we go to mining. Mining, we still more investment in gold, as I said, gold processing. We need formalization of our small-scale gold miners. In education, as I said, Gwanda State University has done extremely well in putting up laboratories. We are also putting up an innovation center at the Gwanda State University. Similarly, we would want to see our Joshua Mkabo Gongomo facility also put up their innovation center.
Let's talk about tourism opportunities in Matabele South. What is there to see?
In Matabele South, remember we've got a UNESCO heritage site, which is the Matopo Hills, where we see this big outcrop of granite stone in our area. That is very attractive, with various formations, with the Sun community having painted those, and our tourists are fascinated to see these drawings that were done years back. Umzimane has got a big potential for investment in tourism because of the mountainous area that it has. If you also go to Gwanda, the Garanyemba area, you get to Garanyemba, you think you are now again back in Matopo because of the hills.
Let's talk about some of the monuments that people may not be aware of, which are worth visiting.
We have Anatali ruins, we've got the Matalitali, and then we've got the Lodlo ruins. We have springs, both within the Lodlo area, and then other points in Bedbridge. We have quite a number of investment opportunities in our ruins.
Well, that was our guest, Honorable Evelyn Ndlovu, who is the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution in Matabele South. Thank you very much for coming on to Economic Forum.
Thank you very much, Mr. Masuku, for giving me this opportunity to air my views about Matabele South Province and its economy.
Well, viewers, if you would like to get in touch with us about this program and even hear more about other activities in different provinces, including Matabele South, you can do so on the numbers that are showing on your screen. You can also engage about some of these issues that are raised by the ministers of state who come here on our social media platforms, which again are showing on the screen. And if you happen to miss some of the programs, some of the episodes of Economic Forum, you can watch them on our YouTube channel, which is Economic Forum Zimbabwe. So on behalf of Honorable Evelyn Ndlovu from Matabele South and the production crew, this is John Masuku wishing you happy viewing.